Hi guys, it's girl lilymutamztv, also known as Z, girl from Zambia. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe so that each time I upload videos, you will be notified that Z has uploaded a video. Thank you so much for more than 47,700 subscribers. I am so grateful. Please do me a favor, share this video. Let this message get to as many people. Let this video go to as many people because it's very important what I'm about to discuss. Now, yesterday I came across a disturbing post on a news media called Mutambo from Zambia. And I just don't even know what to say. But let me just read it exactly how it was written. It's very short, but the reason why I want to read is because I want it to be exactly according to what it was said. So Mutambo News Media wrote, sad, Ian Charlie Mutambo, a young lab technician, lost his life in a power tools bus accident at Mundanya Bridge of Manyinga District, Northwestern Province yesterday whilst transporting COVID-19 testing samples. Now that shocked me. A young man named Ian Mutambo, who shares the same last name as me, I'm also a Mutambo, has lost his life on a power tools bus which was involved in an accident. I'm told about 13 people died, and he was carrying COVID-19 testing samples. In Zambia, this is what has happened. Now, I get a shock, honestly, when I see this, because just last month, we had a huge donation of $1.5 million from Trade Kings. Now, if Trade Kings have donated $1.5 million, how come this young man was put on a bus with samples of COVID-19 on a public transport? Is this a gimmick to infect as many people? I want to understand here because I'm in shock. Do you know the gravity of just even one person having the coronavirus? One person can infect more than 2,000 to 10,000 people. And now talk alone of samples on a public transport, a lab technician. Don't they have their own transport means? Can they fly this young man from point A to point B? Don't they have choppers? What type of negligence is this? That we allow a young man to travel with COVID-19 samples on a public transport bus. What type of negligence do we have in Zambia, honestly? A few days ago, we had ZNBC, Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, for those of you who don't know, sharing news that the government has donated 100 bags of mealie meal to a deprived area of Zambia to combat this COVID-19 worth 40,000 kwacha. Now, when you calculate 40,000 kwacha, divide these 100 bags, it means they've spent how much? 400 kwacha per bag. 400 kwacha is almost for $20, 20 pounds. So are you telling me a bag of mealie meal will cost about 20 pounds? Why do we lie so much? Why is there so much negligence? I was so disappointed to see this, and honestly, our government needs to be brought to book, because you cannot not send anybody with a testing sample on a public bus. That is absolutely wrong. We are all trying to combat this COVID-19, and rather than us combating it in a better way, we are now trying to find a way of spreading it. What's all this? I'm in shock. I'm surprised. Tell me what you think. Is it normal for a country like Zambia to be having a young lab technician traveling with COVID-19 samples on a public bus? I'm just in shock. I don't know about you, but I'm in shock. Where is the money going to that has been donated? There was also a post in the newspaper where they were saying that there's no accountability over the money that has been donated by people who are donating. And then we have the latest Bali. He's now calling himself a Bali after a tweet where a young man was asking a question and referred to him as Bali. Bali means dad or father figure. And he tweeted as well and talked about it even on his Facebook page about the mealie meal. What type of economics is this that we are saying a bag of mealie meal is costing 400 kwacha when a bag of mealie meal simply costs 120 kwacha, 150. I think the prices have even dropped from 200 to almost 200 to now 100 and something kwacha. What type of mathematics is this? Is this how in every angle people are trying to steal? Like ZNBC will not report what they've not been told. They were told we've spent so much, and whoever was even giving such news, how down can you be? It just shows that some of these people, they are not even educated, and yet they have these government positions and they are giving wrong mathematics. At least if you want to steal, even say you donated 1,000 bags, but you now say 100 bags for 40,000 kwacha. How? Here is a clip if you think I'm just talking.
Meanwhile, the Presidential Empowerment Initiative Fund has donated 100 bags of mealie meal worth 40,000 kwacha to elderly women in Kamlanga ward of Lusaka's Kawata constituency. For details in this report, we join Wilson Muninda.
So after you've seen the clip, what are your thoughts? 100 bags, 40,000 kwacha. I don't even know what to say. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not political. But 2021, they must go. We need a better government. We need a better governance of Zambia. We don't need such type of things when a lot of people are suffering in Zambia. Yet there's money being donated all over. I still want to know where the money that was given by trade kings, where it has been used. Who is accountable? Which people have benefited? Who are the beneficiaries? Because apart from the mayor of Lusaka giving hampers, which I believe is money from his pocket, I haven't seen any major donations to people in the compounds, especially. And yet we're saying that masks should be compulsory when you're going into shops, streets of Zambia, buses, any public means, you must wear a mask. So if those in the compounds cannot afford masks, how are they going to buy them? That's where the $1.5 million should come in. So that $1.5 million, you know, when we said it in kwacha, it sounded like 28 million kwacha or 1,000 kwacha, whatever. But when you say it in dollars, it's painful. $1.5 million is not a joke. And we are relaxed on this. The youth are not going to talk about it because they don't care, or rather they are scared to talk about it because the cadres will come after them. We have every right as Zambian citizens to query where funds go. And as a Zambian citizen, I have every right to talk about issues that affect my people, especially when they are suffering. We cannot have a lot of jobless young people out there. And even during this COVID-19, it's even worse. They are struggling. People are asking for as little as 100 kwacha on Facebook. I'm powerless. That $1.5 million can help these young people to get to somewhere by providing them with facilities, feed these people, provide them with hampers, provide them with opportunities. In a country where there is no welfare state like Zambia, I'm just feeling for these people. How are they surviving? It's only God that can help them survive, whilst others are thinking of how they will steal at the same time. It's not fair. Honestly, 2021, they must go. And yet we've had people with coronavirus who've been found positive running away, going on a public bus or whatever, and it has been announced that they're looking for this particular patient until the patient was found. We were worried about a patient with coronavirus, but we are not worried about the samples that were with this lab technician. Why? Because it's in Northwestern Province, you cannot supply transport. Whether it's Northwestern Province, it's Southern Province, or it's wherever, every land of Zambia needs to be treated equally, especially with the COVID-19. The focus must not only be in Lusaka because Lusaka is the capital city. No, it should be the whole Zambia. So this is negligence. I even talked about having regalia, political regalia as masks, face masks. African leaders, Zambian parties, political parties, using the COVID-19 as a means of campaigning. Is there any logic here? People are dying in thousands. You are using it as a means to campaign. I even think some of the figures of the COVID-19 are not real, honestly. Because how can we have cases, new cases and new cases and new cases coming up, and, well, rumor has it is the same family. I don't even know. But at the end of the day, we need to be truthful so that tomorrow your accountability will be seen as visible. You can't even state certain facts because you know that there's lies involved here and there. Pubs are closed. People's businesses are closed. They are not making any money. And the only way for you to also make money is to campaign with your political regalia, to also lie that 100 bags of meal cost 40,000 kwacha. Hey, this is too much. And we will see a person like Bowman Mutambo whipping people, bullying people, telling them to stay home, to wear their mask and all those things. And yet the same government is risking the lives of Zambian people by allowing someone with COVID-19 testing samples on a public bus. Who is better? The one who's not wearing a mask, or the person who is carrying the samples on a public bus? The one who's carrying samples, because it doesn't mean if COVID-19 is flying around the world that it's all over Zambia. No, it could only be even 1 or 2 people who have it in the whole country, or even none. But because we want to be part of what's trending as well, we have to claim that we also have COVID-19. Yes, we know African leaders now. May the soul of Ian Charlie Mutambo rest in peace. So unfortunate that he died in this car crash, and he's only been made famous after his death. Huge potential. He had huge potential. Young man that could have done great things for our country. His life cut short because of negligence. I blame whoever sent him, because you could have used a better means of transport for him to travel. And now he has lost his life because you want to save money and not spend money where we need to spend it. This is life that we're talking about. COVID-19 is not a joke. We're talking about life-threatening illness. And you risk by putting this young man on a public transport. You must also help the family of this young man. Fund them every year for the next 10 years. Because it's because of you that their only hope has even died. Fund their funeral, fund everything. Even though his life will never be brought back, but your negligence will always hurt the family for what you've done. Even you guys who are working for the government or whatever, when you're sent to places and you know it's not suitable, don't do it. You have a right to say no. It is not right for me to get on a public transport to carry these COVID-19 samples. You should refuse. You know your right. You know the laws of infections and viruses. You can't carry samples on a public transport. And with this hot weather in Zambia, you can't. It has to be in a proper condition, refrigerated or something like that. You need to refuse. Stand up for yourselves. Don't just accept anything because you're scared of the government of the day. No. When you stand up, that is when the government will also act. But if you keep on accepting anything that they bring, then it's dictatorship. It's not even a democracy. Because a democracy should allow people to stand up. And even before he left, did they have a meeting? What about the other doctors or the other physicians or the lab technicians? Did they discuss this? Is it safe for him to carry? And why him, a young person, putting him on a public transport bus? Why not the head of lab whatever. Why didn't he carry the samples even in his own car? This is negligence, pure negligence. There's even another post which I thought was a meme, and it was talking about how African leaders are using COVID-19 to get money from the World Health Organization by saying that we have the coronavirus. And I was saying, is this somehow a scam or what? Now, for a young guy to travel with, forget that he's young, to travel with COVID-19 testing samples on a bus, we don't know if one of those samples has coronavirus. And how did he carry them? Were they in a cooler? Were they in a plastic bag? Were they in a box? I mean, did he put them in a suitcase? Was a suitcase infected as well? I'm powerless. I'm powerless that this has even happened. I don't even know what to say. And yet, the government is also saying that we should open the churches. Open the churches for what? Are we trying to infect more people so that we should collect more donations from somewhere? I'm shocked, honestly. Why would we be asking even churches to be open? Churches must remain closed because that is where even the coronavirus will even be worse when people are infecting each other. In Zambia, our president had stated that those who want to, well, he said churches can open. And some churches were happy, but most churches refuted. They said they're not going to accept to have their churches open with due respect because the coronavirus can affect so many people. It takes one person. In the UK, we've had 21,000 deaths. And then you put a lab technician with samples on a public bus? What? All over the world, more than 2.5 million people have been infected with the coronavirus. Over 100,000 people have died worldwide. And then you put testing samples of COVID-19 on a bus? Really? For who? I'm just in shock. Anyway, with that, guys, this is lilymutamztv, also known as Get Up Z. I'm pissed off and I'm not happy about this because this is negligence beyond description. So my next video, I'll be talking about Madagascar and the medication which has been made as a cure for COVID-19. And the president of Tanzania has decided to import those medications via plane. He chartered a flight. He is chartering a flight all the way to Madagascar just to go and collect the medications. Meanwhile, our Zambian lab technician carried COVID-19 samples on a bus. Watch my video and learn from what other African leaders are doing to empower their people during this pandemic.
Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button and follow me on all social media platforms. It's simply at lilymutamztv.